Hi, and welcome to episode 95 of the podcast, guys. We're approaching this big milestone here very soon. The ever elusive triple digits 100. How are we feeling, guys? I'm here with my host, Antoine, and Osaid.
Feeling broke.
Starting hard.
Antoine wants a boat.
I want a damn boat. so I'm feeling broke as always. Struggling artist over here, but we're good. We're good though.
But hey,
we're good.
what do we have in store for our ever growing listenership on today's episode?
Oh well, it's more of the same. We're gonna run down our typical game recap. And then we're gonna do the game recap a little bit differently. Since we all chose games in each one of the divisions that we're covering. I'll run through the scores for the women's, and then I picked the women's game, so I'll go in depth about the game that I watched, and then we'll go Division One, and then Osaid will go into the game that he watched, and then we'll go Super Series, and then Andre, you will then get us all caught up in the game that you watched, and then we'll go upcoming games. And then we'll talk about the power ranking. Then we'll go into pick 'em. Then we'll go into shoot the shit, and then we'll wrap it up.
Let's get it. Where we started?
We're going to start with the scores, the game recaps from the women's division. So we had Västerås take on Gothenburg. The score was 0-20. Gothenburg took the W in that one.
Still undefeated.
They got the one time, man.
Still haven't faced Carlstad.
Undefeated means you have not lost, i.e., they are still undefeated.
But by your standards,
still haven't faced Carlstad yet.
But by Andre's standards, a tie is a loss.
No, I've never said a tie is a loss. I've said I hate ties, and I don't want to be in another tie. But I've never said that they're the same thing as a loss, because on paper they count as half of a loss and half of a win.
All right. Let's move on. We had the Copenhagen Raptors take on No Shopping. That score was 26-7 in favor of the Copenhagen Raptors.
Also undefeated with a tie.
And then we had AIK versus the Trolls. AIK put on a convincing victory, 40-0. Pretty good.
No sketchy flag.
They've been on. Yeah, no sketchiness in that game. And they're on a bit of a roll, winning two in a row. So they're playing good.
Here's a question for you guys before you get to your game.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think the Trolls are actually gonna last through the season with how they're going? Because they already had one game postponed, and the next time out after a bye week, they lose 40-0. It feels a bit.
This is jumping a bit ahead, but this week they're playing Västerås, so one of those two teams who have been getting beat on by the rest of the women's division will come away with the victory. So hopefully the Trolls can play well and come away with the victory.
Hey, now Västerås actually played one of the teams close, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but if you're taking L's every week, it don't matter how close it is. You're just getting beat on.
It matters when you're finally facing the other team that has been taking even worse L's.
The toilet bowls means a lot to those teams playing in it.
Indeed. Honestly, yes, for sure.
So your game, Antoine.
My game that I covered, it was the Limham Griffins versus the Carlstad Crusaders women's team. And as always, the Carlstad Crusaders women's team did not disappoint. The score was 61-0. But for some reason on Swea 3, the website, it says it was 62-0. But I watched the game today and it was 61-0. But
honestly, when you get to 60, does it really matter?
That's what I'm getting to. Like, who cares?
The issue is they scored a lot early, so the clock is rolling since the second quarter, since kickoff.
Yeah, you can tell. I think they were trying to get to 50 before the half. But I think it was like 49
Who missed the 2-point conversion?
Nobody. So I'm gonna get into the details. So the game starts off with Limham going 3 and out, and then if you guys follow Gabby Knops on IG, then you saw her post this play on the first play that Carlstad had from the line of scrimmage. Their running back, Anna, she went for like a 58-yard touchdown, untouched.
Of course.
58 yards. First play. Off the rip. And I was like, well, okay.
Way to set a tone for a game.
Way to set a tone.
It sounds like a similar game I watched.
Yeah, but turned out very differently. That's what we call a tease.
Yeah. But so for this game, I know I was supposed to pick MVPs, but I picked MVPs for Limham because there were two players that were clearly that played better than the rest, and that was number 12 and number 7. Don't know their names, but anybody from the Limham women's team who knows their names, just tag us in the post or whatever, or write us in the DMs.
The scoreboard could have been the MVP of carrying all this points.
Antoine, I think you're cheating. You can shout out both players, but you have to pick one as the MVP.
Nah, I got one offense and one defense. See, there you go. Even though they both never left the field, they played every down. But
cheating,
number 7.
I mean, if you do that, then you suddenly have 4 MVPs in a game, and then fuck it, let's throw out a special teams MVP. Then you have 6 MVPs in every game.
Well, then you know what? It would still be the same players for Limham, number 12 and number 7. That's what I'm saying. They did everything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They did everything. But yeah, number 7, she actually got an interception in the fourth quarter. So that was
game
big
changer.
for them. It didn't change anything, obviously, but that's big. You know, you got to end. That's like her catching that interception was like catching an interception off Tom Brady because
Linda.
Because Linda, yeah, she's the goat. She's the goat out here. But yeah. So for Carlstad, I didn't really pick an MVP. I just got a whole bunch of stats and highlights, and I went in depth. But I'm gonna shout their entire defense. So their defense had 10 tackles for losses, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. That's menacing, and I don't think any team.
I'm not gonna lie. In a game that ends 60-something, I would have expected more interceptions.
And that's the thing.
How
you
many
would have.
incompletions were they? Give us that stat.
I can give you the stat on the number of completions there were for Limham. That was 2. And they were both to number 7, I think.
From number 12?
Yep, from number 12. No, one was to number 25 and one was to number oh, no. It wasn't to number 7. One was to number 25 and one was to number 19. But hey, whatever. But yeah, and on the offensive end, I didn't know who to pick, so I just got a whole bunch of stats stuff written down. But shout out to their whole offense. I'm gonna pick Linda. She's the GOAT. She had 270 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Did she have 4
but again,
after that game?
I don't know. But Gabby had a good game too. Gabby had 43 yards rushing, a rushing touchdown, 2 receptions, 39 yards, a receiving touchdown, and then she had 1.5 sacks and 3 tackles for losses. So that's crazy. She's
out there.
She's like I said, man. I said she's like Ray Lewis and Travis Kelce had a baby, and that's her. She's a beast.
Can we make fantasy football in Sweden?
I wish. I'll pick their whole team.
I think first 13 pick, first 11 picks.
I mean, I would wait. I would wait until there's a large super series to actually have start up a fantasy football. But like, if we ever get a super series up to 6 or 8 teams, then maybe we can start something here.
Yeah. Oh, hey! Shout out to number 1 on Carlstad. I know I sent you guys a clip. I sent you guys a clip in our group chat of that big hit that she had on number 12. That was crazy. I was like, dang. And also shout out to number 20 on Carlstad. Late in the game, she just had like a 1-hand catch out of nowhere. I was just like, okay, that's what we're doing. So they're just out here balling, having a good time, beating up on people, getting victories. Everybody's getting involved. Yeah, man. Receivers are going untouched, catching 58-yard touchdown passes, going untouched. Gabby had 1 run. She went untouched, and it wasn't like she went untouched and like cut across the middle and juking people out. They're just too good. They're too good.
Yeah, I mean, I in a way, I almost feel bad for them because what are you gonna do? You're so much better than every other team here. Like, what's the point?
they're gonna keep on winning and keep on collecting these trophies. They are champions.
How
That's
many?
the point.
How did Örebro beat them a couple years ago?
There wasn't. What you mean, like 5 years ago?
I think it was that.
Yeah, it was that long ago. So who knows? That was 5 years ago. They're champions.
What is their winning streak? Can somebody give us the stats?
Yeah, we need that for the Carlstad women listening. How many games have you won in a row in a Swedish series?
Who's in the lead? Them or De La Salle?
Like
them who?
De La Salle, the record holder.
Okay. Yeah, got you.
Didn't they have like 200 something?
Yeah, that was crazy. But they're on their path, man. They need to go play. They could play in the men's Super Series and probably do some damage. I'm not gonna lie.
We had this,
what you don't say that. I will play on their team.
Quarterback Cameron actually.
And what did he say?
It was off air, so I'm unsure if I'm allowed to release any of the information. But he said no, it's different between men's football and women's football.
Obviously, but I'm just saying, I would like if you had a mixture of teams, like I'll play on their team. Not gonna lie, you catch me out there, catch some TD passes, stiff arming some girls in the face. Don't feel bad, ladies. I do it to men too, so it's okay.
When do the women play their championship game? By the way,
I don't know. Let's somebody else. We'll check on it later. But
it's around
the same time as the men. What? No team has scored against them. Oh, that's another thing. If any women's team scores a touchdown on Carlstad, I would do 1,000 push-ups and record it and put it on our IG. 1,000.
Whoa, that's a lot of pressure.
That's how confident I am that no team was scoring them. And
imagine Carlstad being up 56-0 in some game.
That's what I was about to say.
And the entire defense goes, "Hey, let's just see Antoine do 1,000 push-ups and lay."
I will run.
If you guys let me down,
I will run an entire lap around the football. They do that.
It's the equivalent. It's the same. 1,000 push-ups aside, running one lap around. It's the same.
It takes the same time. It probably take like 15 minutes for me.
Yeah, but the Carlstad women, if you guys let me down, I will rank you last. Always. And I will release my power ranking, you will be ranked last because you let me down. Don't let me down.
But no, honestly, I would want to see what the Carlstad women could do in another league. Exactly.
In the Maple League. The Maple League is the closest thing and the most competitive. That's not out of reach.
I think that would be a good start. Enter the Women's Maple League in Finland and see how you stack up there. But
they're too good.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to see them take on a different challenge because right now they don't have one.
Now I understand why Carlstad females like us. We take literally 15 minutes of each episode just hyping them up.
Hey man, when you do great things, you need all this recognition. So people, if you're not following all these players, go follow them. They're always posting. They post clear pictures. It looks good. They look good playing. They play well. They play as a team. Hey man, they're out here beating up on people. And their game is actually more fun to watch. And it was a 61-0 blowout than Karlskoga's game. I tried to watch Karlskoga's game and I fell asleep. And I woke up and I was like, "Oh, this game is still on."
Who did they even play?
we can talk a bit about the Karlskoga game very shortly here.
Yeah. We'll go ahead. But congratulations again to the Carlstad Crusaders women's team. Keep on making me proud. You guys are great. So keep doing your thing. Onward and upward. Division 1 men's. We had 2 games. So we had the Karlskoga Wolves game versus Gothenburg. That score was 38-0. Anybody want to say anything?
I just want to touch upon something. When the stream finally started working, or wait, am I thinking of a different game?
No, you're thinking of a different game.
I'm thinking of a different game. Sorry. When I got onto the stream, I think it was already. I'm not sure if it was 28-0 when I started it up or something. No, but it was a big score at least, and I was like, "Damn, Gothenburg's quarterback isn't out there. What the hell happened?" He got injured. So, he got injured early in the game, and I mean,
their own bright spots.
Honestly, Gothenburg doesn't have all that much going for them, but their quarterback and a few of their receivers are doing things, but well, when you lose your quarterback early, it's kind of hopeless.
Imagine in 6 years, how good are those kids if they stay?
Well, they're definitely not going to stay in Gothenburg. They'll probably move on to other teams, hopefully. But yeah, man, they'll be good. This is a great learning experience, and trust me, it's a motivator too. Getting beat every week you go out there is a huge motivator for the off season for dudes to get better.
Yeah, it depends on the personality of the person.
Might be a huge motivator to go elsewhere as well.
Take my talents.
But I'll give it to Gothenburg for sticking with it and not becoming a walkover. So
yeah, I actually respect the hell out of those kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just hope they can all keep it up throughout the season, because they've got quite a few games left here, and I think they've got Limham next, so that's going to be a rough one. I think
that's gonna kill the football out of them.
And I also have to point out to Osaid again, Gothenburg's team is not only a bunch of kids.
They have a bunch of kids. Andre just wanna admit that he beat up on some bunch of babies. Just admit it. You beat on kids.
It's not good.
I'm pretty sure our percentage of kids is about the same as Gothenburg's percentage of kids.
But you got older guys. You got guys who played in the men's team for like 3-4 years. Gothenburg does not push younger players up.
We've got a solid group like that.
They got senior experience. Gothenburg got like 15 kids who barely played U19. For them, it's a literal jump from U17 to seniors. That's a man.
They've also still got Philip, who's been playing seniors for
Not
quite
anymore.
some time.
Not anymore. He's the quarterback. Antoine looked like a question mark.
Yeah, I know they have. Let's see, what's his? I'm losing the name now. Damn it. Anyway, I know they have a safety who's called Tobias Asp, who's played for a long time, big veteran. I know their coach is out there in uniform playing as well. He's also a bit older, a veteran guy. So like, it's not a bunch of kids. It's just a few kids. They aren't very many, and they've lost a lot of older players as well.
So, we lost our third host.
We lost Antoine.
We lost the host.
But hey, let's
continue.
Move on. So the second game was in Division 1 men was the Ystad Rockets versus the Kristianstad Predators. Final score 44 to 50.
It's not a basketball game.
Osaid?
It's not a basketball game.
Osaid, you take the lead here.
Okay. A very nice game of both teams, both offenses. I'm not giving too much approval to defense. Some word. Praise. I'm not giving too much praise for the defenses because they made this game possible. To allow that much points, god damn it. It was a nice game. To be honest, it was fun to watch. A bit scary because it was kind of a tie until the last minute. But the game started off with Ystad's MVP, Alexander Channing Kennedy. One of those comes before the other. I don't know which one. So Alexander scored on her first pass in Division 1. He scored a touchdown. He got a fade in the end zone.
And aside, not only that, Ystad started kicking off the game. We muff the kickoff. They recover it and then score on their first play. So it's even worse than you suggested.
So they scored. Then the second possession, they scored again. Kristianstad was struggling to stop them. I don't know what was happening, but Alexander was 7-11. He was always open. They just found him in the end zone like 4 times. He scored 4, yeah. I think he had like 6 catches for 4 touchdowns or something. So the defense was struggling. A lot of big players weren't playing that game for Ystad. Timmy only played linebacker. I guess his thumb is still messy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he can grip.
Yeah, so he played mainly linebacker with one hand. And Marcus, their DB, weren't there. their D line, Sam, I think, what is his name? Their best D lineman. He wasn't there. So Easter was missing a bunch of guys. Also, Kristianstad was missing like half their roster. Some red.
I mean, our DBs is a massive injury squad right now. We've got two massive finger injuries to secondary
I
players
swear to God,
who've been starting all
Kristianstad's center
season.
was a guy who just was in Thailand for a 99-day vacation and just came back. He was the starting center. He played center like 6 years ago, and he's a linebacker. So don't know what happened there, but both teams were like injury squads. Unfortunately, the quarterback injured his leg very badly, so he had to. Funny enough, because I walked with him out from the field, I told him like, "What should we get a stretcher?" He said, "Nah, I'd rather die than get on a stretcher." I'm like, "Is that a thing?" He said, "Yeah, it's my rule in life. I'm not getting a stretcher, even if I'm dead." So the game was exciting. Jacob, the receiver for Kristianstad, scored also a bunch of touchdowns. I think 3 touchdowns and have some massive catches. He was like their dump. Anything they wanted to play, they dumped it to him. Philip Yulin had a sick catch against the sideline. But it was an offensive game. Defenses did not exist. Kristianstad's defense like left the chat until the fourth quarter.
Okay, can I chime in here?
Sure.
Yeah, so I mean, we had the worst start imaginable for a defense. Like Ystad literally scored on their first 4 drives. So like we were 27 points. We had 27 points in our backs early. I mean, and at that point, we started to settle in. We started getting a few stops. They still scored sometimes, but like those, those original 4 drives, they scored more points in those 4 drives than we should be allowing in an entire game.
Yeah, I mainly focus on the D line because that's my position. The boys were struggling. Both D line, D line for the both sides did not exist for the first 3 quarters of that game. Then something happened in the fourth quarter. Kristianstad got some fresh air. I don't know what Tyson put in that water.
What Tyson?
Something was in that. No, I'm joking. But Kristianstad came back. Really nice comeback.
Something
Because Ystad was leading, I think, until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you guys were down in the
They
game?
were down the entire game.
Yeah. We were down like 20 points, I think, 34 to 14 at one point, and we slowly got ourselves back into the game. I mean, this I think is a huge strength to our team because nobody on offense or defense, for that matter, really panicked. We just methodically started to get ourselves back in the game. So like step up, get a few stops on defense, get something rolling on offense, and we just kept going, and time was on our side. We were slowly getting back into the game, and from my vantage point, I felt that Ystad, they were getting more and more fatigued as the game went on, while we kept our energy level up. So
that's not a lack of energy. That's more of complacency. You're up 34 to 14.
No, they said we got tired.
No,
they're old.
Yeah, I think literally because randomly in the second half they had receivers and running backs and whatever rotate in at D line. Like it was completely random.
Jesus Christ!
Because I think they had O linemen two-weighing, and they were like, "Ah, shit, we can't have them in because then they're not going to be able to do anything for us in the blocking game offensively." And,
one advantage once ahead of having those kids is the amount of energy they had. Because Kristianstad's DBs, those 12-year-olds out there, kept running the entire game. But it sure helped.
And here's the thing too: we aren't two-weighing.
You got 40 guys.
Like a few guys got a few snaps going in both ways, but no one is like.
You got 40 players.
That's huge.
Sure
that's
helped.
Huge because a lot of teams don't have
East's
that.
starting quarterback got injured, and their backup, who, what I know from experience, he's not at practice because he's working. He practiced, I think, one time leading to the game. So their playbook became from this size to this size. I think they only threw fades
Yeah.
and hitches.
No, it was a screen they
I
threw.
was
Like it became it became pretty predictable because they limited their playbook to like quarterback runs, screens, and
and
throwing it
nothing
deep.
against Hugo, but the two plays that made Kristianstad actually win the game was the fumble, who actually forced by the dear host we have here, Andre.
Dang, let's get that clip, boy.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. We didn't get the film until very recently here, so I'll shove it in a highlight for you
So
guys.
Thank you. I
and see,
appreciate that.
and the second turnover was
No. Wait. Here's the fun thing. So if you remember back to the first Easter game we had, I had a deflection that my linebacker colleague behind me, Edvin, caught. This game, when I forced that fumble, it was Edvin who got on the ball. So there's some Easter turnover connection there between me and Edvin.
Yeah, also Kristianstad and Eastside also have a bunch of weird games that are going both ways, and it always goes down to the wire. And then now this one team is leading by 20 something points, and then you guys come back and hang 50 points. That's crazy. Oh yeah, you're wearing that
see,
Easter
there's
Rockers
another one.
jersey, aren't you?
I think this is the nicest jersey I ever seen in my life. Shout out to Glasso for giving me those.
Hey,
Yeah.
those old Under Armour Easter jerseys, they're awesome. I wore them when we had the farmers agreement, and I played a bunch of games with them back in 2015. And those jerseys were
I'm not getting
nice.
any blood to
Hey,
my
I
lower
know.
part of my body because this jersey is so tight, but it's worth it.
Hey, listen. I speak a lot of ill towards Easter. It's only because you guys let me down. But if you guys are just handing out jerseys, your boy would like one to hang on my wall somewhere. I might wear it sometimes, not really ever, but
A
I'll
great
put it on
man
the
once
wall.
said, who's Nathaniel Robitaille, closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah, so give me all your jerseys, everybody
Here
who's
is
listening to
a
this. If you got old
Kalmar
jerseys,
Unicorns jersey. Nobody knew that existed.
I still don't know how you got
I
that,
got
but let's move on. Do you have anything
yeah.
more to say
Back
about
to
our game,
final thoughts
Osaid?
about the game. I think because I picked this team. I think Easta could have won it if Cameron stayed in the game because they had Kijuanza had a hard time like covering the receivers that deep and that accurate of passes. And those two turnovers, I don't think Cameron would have committed them because one of the like the end game interception, it was like a dump in the middle of the field. And kind of, I think even in Madden, they bully you if you throw a fade in the middle. Even,
But yeah, this is when I'm obliged to come in and say you don't win games off of ifs, and what happened happened. I really hope Cameron gets better and can play next game because I really like the guy, and it's really unfortunate that he got hurt.
but exciting game
yeah,
otherwise. And congratulations to Juansta for proving me wrong. I'm gonna pick against him every time because I think the guys are more hyped than.
Hey, shout out to all my guys. We gutted that one out, and everyone stayed cool, stayed with it to the end, and everyone did all they could to bring us back in that game. We played shit in early in that first half, but we worked our way back, and I'm so proud of everyone for that.
that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Kuhansa. I told everybody in the story. I was like, if we picked you guys to win, don't let us down
That was
because
hella
we'll turn
funny
our
that you
backs on
did
you,
that.
and you'll and you will get ridiculed on this podcast. So don't ever let us down. All right, onward and upward. Super Series games. We had Carlstad versus Örebro. Carlstad came away with the victory, 28-21.
What was that? Blues' first home game? I
I'm
think it
not sure.
was. I think
I'm
it
not
was.
sure.
Hey, that was your first time playing at Bauna Arena, right?
Do they have
Amazing.
a lot of
It's
fans?
nice, right?
No,
Because
but still
I've heard rumors.
amazing.
They lie a lot about the amount of fans they have in the games.
Yeah, there wasn't. Listen, that stadium is so big, and I think it's kind of hard to tell because people they scatter out, they scatter all over.
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to tell.
so
But
that's the soccer team stadium that they're in.
it's huge.
Or no, it's the same stadium that the soccer team plays in. So it's a big
It's
stadium
huge.
because they play in the top league.
How did they
It's
get
huge.
that?
I don't know, but it's nice, and I love playing there. The turf is nice and soft.
Who did
Yeah,
they lie to get that
it
feel?
feels.
I know
They like
they've done a good job getting sponsorships and working with the
Not good
community.
job winning
I mean,
games.
Yeah,
hey, now they won a championship a few years ago. You can leave them
that was
be.
it. Yeah, that was 2021,
The COVID
right?
year, because
Yeah,
nobody
2021.
was play. No good players were in
Yeah.
Sweden. Or no, it was stacked
Uh,
here in Sweden because those Finland and Sweden were the only leagues who played, I think, or something.
hey, listen, we're not about to treat them like the Los Angeles Lakers here and say the bubble championship doesn't matter. Look, they won a championship here.
Yeah.
They're the champs.
The bubble
Hey,
was even harder.
Good job.
they,
But
My
and
bro
we
Braun,
played
my
a
bro James.
and we played a full season here, so like it still counts.
yeah.
But how was the game, Antoine?
Slow in the beginning. It was slow. It was 13-0 them and going into halftime. Our defense actually.
So you still haven't fixed your offense from when I
Wait for it.
ridiculed you
Wait for
last
it.
time?
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So our defense played really well, and then coming out into the second half, we just our first 4 drives of the second half we scored. So we fixed our offense. We finally started clicking. We got some rhythm, some good rhythm. Started moving the ball. Yeah, man, and we just hung 28 points on them real quick. Like I think we scored 28 points in like 8 or 9 minutes.
Damn,
So
you're looking like the women's cult out there.
I know it felt good, man. It felt good. But yeah, and then Örebro scored late in the game, so then that kind of put the pressure going back and forth. And there was a couple of exciting moments, but ultimately we came in with the victory, and it was good.
Congrats on the win, Antoine. You're
Thank you.
in playoff positioning now.
Yeah,
big
we're
win.
firmly
The last
firmly
place
in there.
is
Yeah, but we
getting
got to play.
Stockholm, right?
No, the last
No. The last place isn't going into the playoffs.
Knocked out.
It's a 3-team playoff.
Yeah, three.
So there's one playoff game in the championship game.
Yeah.
The number 1 seed gets a bye week, and then the 2 and 3 play.
Two
hosts against Carlstad in the playoffs.
3.
Hopefully, we got to play Örebro 2 more
Yeah,
times. We have to play them in a couple of weeks for the Scandinavian Cup
Which
championship.
doesn't count.
Says who? It's a championship, boy. I told you already.
Dude.
I told you I'm be on here celebrating if we win. Well, when we win.
That's okay.
Where's the game played?
That's okay.
Well, since we just beat Örebro, I would hope it will be in Carlstad. But
if my car is fixed,
we'll see.
I might drive because the repair shop kind of likes my car right now. I don't know. They're not giving me back.
Oh, but here's the funny thing. So I thought the Kristianstad versus Karlskoga game was June 4th on my birthday, but you guys played June 3rd.
Yeah,
and that's the same day as the Scandinavian Cup Championship. So I'm actually not going to your game.
We were planning to vlog and everything.
I know. Well, now that plan just went down the trash. I got a game to play.
Shit.
Yeah, of course. But hey, should we get to the other Super Series game here?
Oh wait, hold on. I scored my first touchdown in the Super Series.
We need confetti.
Way to go, Antoine! Yeah. Why doesn't anyone have confetti?
We ain't got nothing. Yeah, it took longer than I was hoping, but it finally came. It happened. So that's good.
Speaking of confetti, we should get that for episode 100.
Oh,
I'm not cleaning my studio. I'm just telling you that. Those confetti things get stuck on everything.
Yeah. All right, but onward and upward. Stockholm versus Tyresö. Tell us about it, Andre.
Okay, Stockholm hosted Tyresö, and I was expecting a really close game. And starting off, it looked like we were gonna get something like that, but then the game kind of died down in a way, and let's talk about the final score Stockholm won. Stockholm won 31-13. So like this
Yeah.
is a comfortable victory, and that final Tyresö touchdown was at the very end. So definitely a consolation garbage time score that doesn't matter. So it was 31-7 before the garbage time score Tyresö got at the end.
Jeez. Yeah.
And
So what was
and
it?
and yeah, what happened here was okay. Let's take it from the top. Matthew Retzlaff is out with an injury, so he didn't play. So a lot of different Stockholm receivers had to step up, and I think they did an admirable job.
They got Elliott. For sure,
But
they're gonna step up.
getting into the game, Tyresö, they got the ball first, and they go on a really nice opening march. The drive is very much dominated by their star running back Oliver Lundberg. He picks up several chunk plays in the running game, and the first score of the game is on a play that Tyresö ran a lot this game. It was on a speed option. Hamish McClure pitched it to our old pal Joshua Kena, who ran it in for the first score of the game. That's how Tyresö actually took the lead early.
Okay.
But, well, that was not the last. I'm going play of the game. Play of the game is going to be a real bummer, because the play that I think really turned this game around and set the tone for it overall is when Tyresö snapped the ball over the head of their punter a few drives later. The punter actually runs back, picks the ball up, but then gets the kick blocked, and a Stockholm player recovers it in the end zone. That's how Stockholm got their first score of the game. And they tie it
just
up.
Fall on the ball, man.
And it's
just
like, ah, shit, here we go. I thought Tyresö was going to be in the game till the end, but then you see something like that happen, and you're like, oh,
Don't you feel
no.
Oh, imagine being you're already down.
Yeah.
You're always in the shittiest situations ever. Then you get a high snap. Then you're trying to be an All-American, then they get blocked.
No, but they were up in the game. They were up 7-0 early in the game, and then that flips the entire game on its head.
Man. Just fall on the ball. I know in those moments you're just like, oh, I still got time. I can get this off. I can make this better. I can make this better. But just fall on the ball, man. Who cares?
But yeah, the rest of that first half, we got another score from Stockholm. Robin Gavelin Miranda scored to take the lead, 14-7. Tyresö early in the second quarter got another good drive going, but they got stopped inside the 10. And at that point, I felt, is this game over?
Wow. Clearly was.
They're down one score. They get stopped inside the 10 on downs. And then later in the game, Tyresö loses a fumble. So it's like just event after event, Tyresö shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again. And right before halftime, Stockholm kicks a field goal. Hugo Bucking field goal is good. 17-7 halftime lead. And Stockholm, they just don't look back at that point.
My thought is Stockholm. Okay, let's measure dominance. I put Carlstad's female as like S tier. Stockholm were supposed to be S tier because they gathered literally every good player on every team, but they still are like in a A tier or B tier.
No,
they messed up.
But here's the thing: Tyresö has a really solid team, though. Like Hamish McClure, their quarterback, is a threat in the running game. They've got the most explosive running back in the game. They've got a pretty damn good O-line, a strong receiving corps. So that offense is stacked all over the place. I'm not too sure about. I don't know their defense too well, but they're not bad either. Like they've got a good team out there, but Stockholm wasn't all that much better than them. But Tyresö just shot themselves in the foot too much. Yeah. In the second half, they actually managed to convert a fourth down, but they got penalized for an illegal formation, and it didn't.
Come on, Bill Graham.
Like, so many dumb mistakes from Tyresö held them back in this game, and if they can eliminate that, they can very much compete at the
There's
same
no
level as
ifs
Stockholm.
in a
But
loss.
yes, they got handily defeated in the end. But I think this was more of a case Tyresö losing the game than Stockholm going out and just winning it.
Good statement. Good
Well
statement.
said.
Actually,
So are you saying? So are you saying that to you, Stockholm doesn't look as unbeatable as they appear to be?
No, I don't think they're an unbeatable team. But you also have to note that they were very banged up this game. I know my good friend Alaudin, he didn't play much in this game because of some different factors. And of course, I mentioned earlier that Mr. Retzlaff, their star wide receiver, was out. So those are a few factors playing against them. And but yeah, but beyond that, I think they are vulnerable. But I think they just have the depth to figure out how to get wins even
because
when they're
Yeah,
beat up.
and they got a kicker who can kick field goals. So
They've
that
got
always
two.
helps.
They've got
That
two
always
kickers
helps.
on their team.
That helps. That
they
helps
look like
tremendously.
the same level as the dominance in their division as Limham. Because Limham looks good, but like they was vulnerable. A couple of games they were down, up, down. Assembling that super team
Yeah, it kind of
is not
yeah
making them look that super. Sorry.
yeah.
No,
Out
no.
of, out of all out of all the number one teams that we have ranked number one in each of the divisions, Carlstad's women's team is the only one that's convincingly, without a doubt, a pure, undoubted number one. I think the only team that can beat them is if one of the women's teams figure out how to make Space Jam in real life and take all their powers in the football and then go out there and become the Monstars. That's the only way I see
and
them losing the
and
game.
honestly, in Division One, in the men's Division One, I think about half the league has a shot against Limham.
No, I think
You
And
Kristianstad
said half the
Kristianstad on
league.
a good day probably could give Limham a good fight. Karlskog haven't seen them yet.
no,
AIK
but
hasn't looked good. Gothenburg, come on.
yeah, but
Kristianstad,
Karlskoga did play against Limham.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count them out totally if they had to play them again
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I'm just saying, I think about half the teams in the league could give them a run for their money, and it's sort of the same thing goes for Stockholm. They played close to Carlstad a few weeks ago,
Yep.
and against Tyresö, it was Tyresö who shot themselves in the foot more so than Stockholm actually going out
but
and
Limham is not
grabbing them.
bringing any imports. Stockholm, how many Swedish guys do they have? Actually,
I'm not gonna go look up their roster, but I think they have a lot of quite a few imports.
I like how we say this, but we literally discussed this
Yeah,
weekend
we
in the chat,
discussed
so we
this.
know exactly how many imports they have.
Maybe I can scroll up and find it.
It's not that far
you
up.
said like two
You
American,
sure?
one
Oh yeah,
Danish.
there we go.
Yeah,
They've got 2 Americans, 2 Germans, 1 Dane, 1 Norwegian, 1 French guy, 1 Hungarian, and 1 Australian listed on their roster. I'm not sure how many of them are imports or if some of them are just living here, but I think most of them are imports.
And they got Alaudin. He counts as an import. I'm not counting him as a Swedish player.
But no, they have 9 non-Swedes.
What is the rules
on
for
their
the Super
roster.
Series? How many are you allowed to have on the field? Because Division 1 is a shit show. You can have 50.
I think it's 2 Americans, right? But I don't know.
yeah,
what
two Americans.
I don't
I don't know
what
how many.
I don't know
You're
what
an
the limit
import,
is on
Antoine.
EU imports.
No, I'm not. Go look at my profile on.
Actually, look
on,
at the roster. He's listed as Swedish.
Yeah.
I'm listed as Swedish, boy.
Yeah.
Look at my Sweden football shirt. This is proof enough. This proves nothing.
Show,
But
show us your passport. Show us your
but
passport.
I'm not a citizen in this country yet until next year. Next year I get to apply for my citizenship when I have my
You're
passport.
a
But
you're
I have permanent residency.
Permanent resident, yeah.
Yeah, I have permanent residency here, boy.
But no, anyway, MVPs of the game for Toyos, I think it was pretty clear. Oliver Lundberg, he deserves the MVP. He also got the MVP at the arena, and I totally agreed with that decision. I think he was the best player out there for Toyosa. And for Stockholm, I'm actually going to disagree with the people at the arena. I'm giving my MVP to Mark Papas, the quarterback. I think despite having his number one target down, he did a really solid job distributing the ball to all of his receivers. So shout out to him. The arena, they gave it to linebacker Autumn Vistain. He played a really good game. I agree with that. But for MVP purposes, I think for me, Papas is the man.
All right. Shall we move on?
Let's go. What do we have now? Pick up on the list.
All right, upcoming.
You need to learn the order of this.
We got upcoming games, and then I say it at the beginning of every show. You just don't be paying attention.
I'm a bad husband. Listen.
Osaid is just here for the lulz.
Yeah. All right. So upcoming games. So we'll start with Division 1 women's. We have Carlstad Crusaders versus Norrköping. That's at 1300 on the 27th of May. Then we have AIK versus the Copenhagen Raptors. That's at 12 on the 28th of May. Gothenburg versus Limham, 1700 on the 28th of May. And then you have the Trolls versus Västerås at 1400 on the 28th of May. Division 1 men's, you have AIK versus Karlskoga Wolves. Ooh.
Rivalry.
The rematch.
Yeah.
A lot of smack talk was in that comment sections about this. But yeah, that game will be at 1300 on the 28th of May. And then you have Gothenburg versus Limham at 1400 on the 20th of May. Super Series. Black Knights versus Stockholm, 1500, 27th of May. And then you have the Crusaders versus the Royal Crowns at 1700 on the 27th of May.
Okay, so that's a lot of games out there.
A lot of games, yeah. A lot of games.
What was I gonna say? All right, I would recommend people to get to Gothenburg this weekend on Saturday. They have 3 games happening in Gothenburg. I believe they have a U17 game. Then they have the men. Then they have the women. I think it's Gothenburg, Limham, full
and
day.
Both.
Yes,
and both,
in all 3 leagues, U17,
yeah, I like
men
that.
and women. It's crazy. And if you want to watch a lot of football, head to Gothenburg this weekend because that's where it's at.
Yeah, that sounds like it's the place to be. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Shall we
Good old
talk
triple header?
Yeah, shall we talk about our power rankings?
It was the same from last week, so
it was the same, except for the women's. See, I want the ladies to know this. We had a 2-day debate about this power ranking list. Me and Manja did.
It wouldn't be a 2-day debate if you didn't go, oh, sorry, I have to work. Let's table this for tomorrow.
Yes.
What the hell?
So I was in the middle of work, and then then Andre sends out his list, and I'm looking at it. I'm just like, something about this don't feel right to me. It don't look right. It don't feel right. So we got to talk about this. So I need to do some research. So then I had to wait until my break. I did a little bit of research, and then we started the debate on. So the debate wasn't between 1, 2, and 3 or the bottom 2. The debate was between the middle of the list, 4, 5, and 6. That's where
I think that's the only place where you can really have a debate here.
Yeah. So the top 3 remain the same. We have Carlstad. Hold on, let me pull up we have Carlstad, Copenhagen, and then we have Gothenburg.
Actually, I'm wrong. 2, 3, you can have that debate going back and forth because as we said last week, they're essentially at the exact same level there.
Yeah, true. Very true. So we could have that debate, but we didn't. We left the top 3 the same, and then we left 7 and 8 the same. So then the difference was between 4, 5, and 6. So I wanted it to be AIK 4, Limham 5, and Norrköping 6. But Andre, in typical Andre fashion, he does this thing where like he's not gonna budge, and he doesn't want to say he's not gonna budge, but you just get a feeling that he's not gonna budge. So he wanted it to be 4. You said 4 Norrköping, 5 Limham, and then 6 AIK. So then we compromised.
I believe that's what I said.
Yeah, so then we compromised, and then we put AIK at 4, Norrköping at 5, and then Limham at 6.
I'm not involved in the ranking of the females because I don't know enough. I came in too late. and I know enough, so I
Yeah.
told the guys I'm not getting involved in that. I know about the men's, so I'm involved in that. And the Super Series is obvious. A
Yeah.
blind
So
person
the
can rank
women.
those teams.
Yeah, but
But wait,
the thing.
don't we actually have a move in the Super Series ranking
Children on there.
after?
Oh well, we just put Stockholm back at number 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, back to the women's. So the reason I wanted Norrköping at 6 is because they've been on a bit of a losing streak, and it's not gonna get any better with these upcoming weeks games. So it's just one more L that's gonna get
Yes.
slapped on there.
Yeah,
So
Norrköping's in a bit of a rough spot. I remember
yeah,
us mentioning last week we felt that they got robbed against AIK,
yeah,
and then they had a tough road game at the Copenhagen Raptors, where
yeah.
they didn't get embarrassed, but it's not like they were still 3 scores off. So like
Yeah, 26 to 7. Yeah, it's not an embarrassment,
yeah,
but
you're not getting destroyed, but also you're not quite in the game, so to speak.
yeah, and it could have been attributed to the road trip down there. Could have been, but who really knows? I don't really know the distance between Copenhagen and Norrköping, but it could have been the road trip.
This much.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
And you,
then my big thing really was that Norrköping in their opener proved that they're a few leagues ahead of Limham. I think it was 20-0.
yeah,
So I personally felt that I can't put Limham ahead of Norrköping.
yeah, true. So that's kind of where we kind of fell on, is that Norrköping did their only victory of the season came against Limham, so we couldn't really move Limham ahead of them. But yeah,
And placing AIK at 4, I'm okay with, because you can definitely make the argument they're on a bit of a winning streak. They're getting better, and
yeah, they are.
okay,
They're definitely getting.
okay, you can place them higher, but I just still don't agree with it. But I see the reasoning, and I'm okay with it.
Well, because who does AIK have? Oh, they have Copenhagen this weekend.
They're gonna be dropped.
Yes, sir. Spoiler alert!
Well, no,
spoiler alert! I think all 3 of those teams,
Yeah,
that we ranked
all
at
3 of
4,
these
5,
teams.
6 are gonna lose.
Yeah. I think they're all taking on L's because they're each going against one of the top 3 teams. So
Exactly.
it's not looking good. But
we'll have to see the manner in which these games play out. But I'm seeing L's all across the board there.
yeah, but hey, for the Carlstad women's team, just to save myself 1,000 push-ups, be on the lookout for Elin, number 23. She's one of the players. Elin Luke. She moved from the Örebro women's team to Norrköping. She'd be busting out these 60, 70-yard runs. So stop her. Don't let her score. I don't want to do 1,000 push-ups.
I'm running.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I said that on the pod, because now somebody's like, "Yo,
go, Elin."
so take it easy, or you know what? I know. They got my back. Gabby has my back. She knows what's up. Don't worry. So we'll be good. But yeah, man. So that's our list. So I'll say the whole list for the women: Carlstad, Copenhagen, Gothenburg, AIK, Norrköping, Limham, Västerås, and then the Trolls. I don't even bother trying to say the city that the Trolls actually are from, because I don't want to mess it up and look dumb. I just say their mascot, which is the Trolls. So that's that. All right, Division 1 men's, same list.
No
Limham.
changes on the list.
No changes. Limham, Kristianstad, Karlskoga, Ystad, AIK, and Gothenburg. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Ystad, because even though you're losing games and you kind of going back and forth, you guys are playing better, a lot better than the beginning of the season. So I don't hate you as much.
Hey, now their only really bad performance, I thought, was at home against Karlskoga. I mean, the rest of the it was worse on their part because Karlskoga had to make the trip down there. Yeah, I think that's the only really bad game from them. Otherwise, they played us close both times and had leads.
Yeah.
late,
but
and
they
and
but
and
they
they
let me
went
down.
and they went out up and beat AIK. So I think they're playing at a high level,
Yeah,
but they aren't really
but I don't care
being
about that. They
they're
let me
not
down.
they're not being too great in the late game
They
situations
let me
outside
down.
of AIK.
Yeah, but yeah. I told you they were gonna let you down because they let me down, and they let me down too many times for me to have their back. So you let me
See,
down,
they were
I turn
not
my
letting
back
me
on you.
down until Cameron got hurt.
But no,
And then
after this week, I think the only one who actually changed anything in their rankings was me. I finally got around to putting Koskiuga ahead of Ista again.
yes,
but
you finally came around and saw the light here.
but hey,
But
hey now they lost and Koskiuga won a game by 38 points. Like you can't
But our
you
list
can't.
can't
was
keep Ista
unanimous,
ahead of
right?
them. This time
Yeah,
it was, yes.
our list was unanimous. Well, except
Yeah,
for the women's, but yeah, unanimous for the men's, definitely.
Yeah, I think as we progress along in the season, things start to crystallize and become a
Yeah,
bit more clear. I mean, I'm sure we're going to have some debates in the future as well, depending on certain
yeah.
results. But I think it's going to be easier for us because you start seeing these layers
Yep.
in the league where it's clear where
listen,
Yeah.
I don't see a
divides
scenario where Kristianstad is
Because
dropping
this,
from 2. The way their
I
offense
don't
is
either. You guys are
firing,
playing too
they're
good.
hot.
You guys
Their
are playing too
offense
good. Yeah, you guys are playing
firing.
too
Holy
good.
hell!
Yeah.
Don't say so much. Our next game is on the road against Kolskjuga. They're right behind us,
I
nipping
got me
at
a
the
piece of
butt.
wood so I can knock on
They
it every time
Yeah,
I say something.
yeah, but so at the beginning of the season, I wasn't sure how much of a gap there was between Kristianstad and Karlskoga. I still kind of feel that way, but I think it's leaning much more towards Kristianstad than before for me. I just it's like a 60-40
Listen,
split.
to be honest, in the beginning of the season, I didn't have much hope for Kristianstad because I knew a lot of kids.
hater.
I still hate on your guys' defense. Still shitty. But the offense, a lot of younger guys took massive steps. You got a guy born 05 catching pass. You got an 06 lineman dominating ends. That's something. The
Jesus
offensive
Christ!
line, nobody hit puberty. The
Hey,
offensive
hey,
line.
hey, 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 now some of those ends were like receivers and running backs. We got to calm down a bit
Why
here.
why push them down? Let me hype those kids. Let's talk
Hype
about
those
Kikosa's D
kids.
line performance those last weekends. No,
Hype
the
those
offensive
kids.
line, because all
Hype
of them,
those kids up.
the oldest one on the line in this weekend's game, I think, was 19.
Yeah,
20,
wait, who
20, Albin.
started?
He's 20.
He's 20 or 21. I'm not sure if he's had
He's
his
20. The
birthday
young,
yet this year.
the oldest one is 20 years old. That's good. Just paint a picture for you. He doesn't look 20. He looks like 48. Who went on a couple of steroid cycles in his days, but
Uh, no, but Albin's a beast out there.
yeah.
Shout
So
out to him.
congrats to Juansta. But the offense, though, those receivers, though, who knew Philip Yulin could be that good of a receiver? How?
I knew. I've seen him practice, dude. He's always been like the best pass catcher on the team, even when he's been playing
It's
quarterback.
the national team quarterback is the best receiver, the second best receiver on our team.
No, yeah, but we've got such a good receiving core now. We got the addition of River Kumnov this weekend as well, adding to that core, and we just have weapons all over the field on offense.
Back to the thing we were discussing before. I can't remember.
We were just talking about this, so we're good.
But
All
but
right.
no but no, Antoine. I think I think a lot depends on how well we make that trip to Karlskoga, because
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a fired up Karlskoga squad when we come up there.
Oh,
So
most definitely.
if we don't bring our A game, we're not going to win that game. Like, we have to play a good game to
They
go up and
cannot
beat
practice.
them.
How much harder they practice? They
Yeah.
cannot copy the game of having 40 players on your roster.
Yeah, because even at home, the Karlskoga's bench this past weekend looked a little bit thin.
Yeah,
honestly.
but all I'm saying, we cannot start the game like we did in Ystad when we're on the road in Karlskoga, because then we're
you
in
guys
trouble.
can't. Yeah,
we
you guys can't.
cannot do that.
You can't have a slow start,
Predator
because if you have a slow
Kristianstad
start
travels well.
and yeah, okay, good, because Karlskoga, they front run very well. If you give them a lead, the boys get hyped and get confident real quick. So if you want any chance of beating them, score on them a couple times first, quick, and then we'll see how well they can fight back.
But that's another week down the road, so we should not be discussing that more right now.
Yeah, but no, the game of the week this week, actually, for me, that I'm not going to watch it, because I tried to watch the Karlskoga game this past weekend, and the streaming. I told y'all last weekend, I was like, "Yo, the stream is going to be trash. It's going to be horrible streaming," and it was. The video quality is just bad. But the game of the week is definitely going to be AIK versus Karlskoga.
They're pissed
because these players talk the most shit of anybody in the comments, and it's always AIK saying, "Oh, they hate the Wolves," and that's fair. But like,
and let's all note how important this game is too, because
well, actually, it's not really, because in the actual standings, everybody has 6 points except for AIK. So I think even if Karlskoga, if they keep it close.
Here's the thing: if AIK loses that game, how the hell are they going to get themselves back into the playoff picture here?
Oh, they can't.
Exactly. So that's why it's a huge game. AIK has to win this game.
Oh, wait. Four teams going to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then they're good. AIK is in 4th anyway.
No, they're in 5th.
They're in 4th. Look at the standings. They're in 4th.
The standings is different than our list. Karlskoga.
Yeah, our list is yeah. The standings, AIK is in 4th right now.
The standings are Limhamn Griffith.
No, they're in 5th. They're in 5th. They're 1 and 2. Ystad's in 4th at 2 and 3.
But Karlskoga's at 2.
Okay, yeah, it's Ystad. My bad.
Yeah, so here's the thing for AIK. If they dig themselves into even more of a hole here, then, well, that means that Karlskoga is running away, so they're not going to be able to catch up to Karlskoga. And since they lose the tiebreaker against Ystad, they're putting themselves in an even worse position to try to get.
Why the heck? Karlskoga
so this is the must win.
They're 3-1, 3-2.
I'm not sure why.
I think we
do a better job than
yesterday. Look at the.
Because the final standings should be based on win
points.
percent.
Yeah, win percentage.
Win percentage, and we have a better win percentage than them. So
they got better everything than them.
Be ahead in the standings. Yeah, we've got a higher win percentage, more points for, a better goal differential, and the same amount of points. So I'm not sure what's going on with
beating of it on the tomato can you did on Gothenburg served your guys' ass.
Hey, they also
bad,
beat
not
on them
52.
as a tomato can. We didn't score 52. We scored 44, and they scored 38.
Oh,
it was only one touchdown difference. Literally 6 points difference.
Why am I thinking 52? Where did I get 52 from? God damn
it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, why did my screen just get?
I don't know. You look
setting or whatever.
Very dark.
I'm looking real dark out here.
Unlocked character.
Like Wesley Snipes over here. I'm trying to fix the lighting on. Oh, there we go. This is brighter.
But anyhow, the standings in Division 1, it looks pretty firm right now. Like Limhamn, Kristianstad, Karlskoga look pretty safe, but things could, of course, change depending on what happens going forward here. And AIK, they're in the most dire spot, sitting at one win, because the team immediately ahead of them, they lose the tiebreaker against. So that is a problem for them right now. So they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to get back into the playoffs.
That's their issue, man. Y'all better prove something to me this week. I know they're coming off a bye week. You talked enough ish to us and then about Karlstad. So if you don't show me something this weekend, I stand by my statement. I'm changing your AIK to MID mid. That's what that's going to be.
And if they don't win this weekend,
I'm putting
I don't want to hear
Gothenburg ahead of
nothing.
them.
I don't want to hear.
Listen, Gothenburg got a reason to be
Nah,
bad.
no, we're not.
but hey, if AIK loses this weekend again, I'm gonna be calling you shit next week again.
Dang, you heard it here first, man. And don't mix it up. You could tell we're not. We put out the sound clips that we want to put out, so we put out that one on purpose because we knew it would make you guys mad, and hopefully you guys can do better for yourself.
Let's be honest, it was all for the clicks.
It was clickbait, but they are mid still though, so it don't matter. You are mid.
True enough.
So
True enough.
I've been feeling that way for a minute. I was like, yo, they're definitely mid, but I can't say it right now because
Still don't understand. How do you get worse when you get players from the team who won the division last year?
Because they're mid, bro.
I think there's something wrong.
It's something that we're missing.
Yeah, if it's something having to do with coaching, play style, play calling, energy levels, commitment, I don't know.
Egos.
There's egos. Yeah, maybe something like there's something going on, and I don't know what.
Because my theory in life is if you had a decent enough team, then you add good players to it. That decent team should be better. Am I wrong with that theory? Like everybody saw the Warriors when they got Kevin Durant.
but hey, now they didn't get a Kevin Durant. Like they got a few decent players, but it's not like they got the best player in Sweden.
I did not play.
I mean, but you're. Yeah, but shut up, Osaid. Jesus Christ,
Mr. Retired, calling himself the best player.
Don't make me come back and dominate Division 1. I'm gonna be more cocky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for somebody to talk sideways out their mouth, so I could just be like, you know what? I'm coming back to Division 1, and I want you to say it to me on face on the field. And then when I beat you, and I talk more shit about you on the podcast, then make you feel worse about yourself. I don't want to hear about it.
I mean, Osaid's out here talking a bunch of trash about our defensive line, and he can't even show up and do it himself. Calling himself the best player in Division 1 when he's not even playing, but he could be playing, and he's calling his position a bad position for us. There's so much wrong with the entire argument.
I could have done better because I'm not that kind of person. Because you never know, circumstances, everything. I don't know how I could have played, but Kristianstad's offensive line said Osaid could be the best interior D line if he came back, and I know I will. I'm the most talented, gifted athlete. I can say shit like that now because I cannot prove it or disprove it.
Because I was about to say, are you going to say that about this podcast? Because, boy,
I'm going to go punch Osaid next time I meet him.
I'm a boxer. You cannot touch me even if you try.
Hey, somebody.
See, he's so cocky and everything. He's standing here with the starting three tech for the Predators, saying he'd be a better defensive lineman than me, and then he goes on and says he's going to beat me in boxing as well. He's so cocky and not doing anything to prove it.
If we add the both games together, I looked better against Easter than you did. My games last year was awesome against Easter. Not to brag. But in boxing, I have boxing experience. So I think I would. It's confidence. Nothing wrong with it.
Hey, look, somebody. Hey, if they fight, somebody records.
It's gonna be the slowest fight of all time.
Here in World Star.
The fight is gonna be 58 rounds of 15 minutes because the punching speed is very low.
Neither of us would last that long.
Jesus Christ! All right, let's move on. This is more of a shoot the shit segment right now.
I know.
We got work to do, boys. Now look at me.
But here's the thing: I couldn't just let that stand. What Osaid was saying,
I got the confidence in myself to know I would be the best D tackle in any team I go into. Besides, no, I don't think anybody got me. Nah.
Hey man, he said nobody got him. I love the confidence. I'm here for it. I stand. I support your statement, no matter how
Antoine, don't support him. He's not even playing. He has a chance to go out and prove it, and he just goes around talking, not doing.
I never brag.
Look at my man. My man has his initials as OJ. Boy, he comes with the juice, man. He out here freshly squeezed. He's talking his ish and he's standing by it. What you want me to do? What you want me to do about it? I can't help it. All right. Onward and upward. Here we go. You guys want to do pick 'em first and then we talk about our record, or talk about our record first?
I'm not here to discuss any records. I got whipped.
What you mean? You only had one loss?
Shit.
This week? Yeah, it's because you picked Eastside. And that's your fault.
Keep letting people down.
Yeah, that's I look, man. That's why I didn't fucking pick them. And then he has the audacity to wear their jersey. I can't even look at you straight with that green on. Get out of the camera.
Listen,
go back,
I'm gonna take it off. It's gonna be only for the OnlyFans. It's not for this podcast.
Jesus Christ! Hey, man, we're starting OnlyFans because you guys think we're joking around. But we'll get to that later too. But all right, so we'll go into. I'll tell our records first. So, the records update. So for Division 1 women's, I'm sitting at 13-2. Andre, you're at 12-3, and Osaid, you're at 9-2. For Division 1 men's, I'm at 8-4. Andre, you're at 7-5. Osaid, you're at 4-2. And then for Super Series, I'm at 4-2. Andre's at 5-1, and Osaid is undefeated at 4-0.
They call me Carlstad females because I'm undefeated.
But
in the Super Series, though.
Good.
Whatever. Jesus
I think we should discount him because he got to see earlier results before he started his picks.
Exactly. So, but it's all good. It's all good. He's still doing his thing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go to picking our winners for this upcoming week. We'll start with the ladies. Ladies first. I'm not even going to ask. Everybody's picking. All right. How about this? I'll tell everybody who is picking, and then you guys let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, ready?
Yeah, didn't you do that last time too?
I started talking last time, then I stopped myself, and I was like, "Why am I even doing this?" So we got Carlstad, Copenhagen, Gothenburg. All right, now who you guys picking between Västerås and the? Never mind, Västerås it is. Okay. So
that was very unclear, Antoine. I agree with all the picks, but it was very unclear.
Not sure what I picked.
At least tell the people the opponent.
That's what I'm about to go do. Okay, so Carlstad is playing North Shopping. We're all picking Carlstad.
Yes.
AFK is playing Copenhagen. We're all picking Copenhagen.
Wait. Is the game in Seoul now?
I don't think it matters.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm still picking Copenhagen.
Why did you ask if you keep picking Copenhagen otherwise? And why the heck is Carlstad ranked 3 in the Svetri ranking? Svetri, what?
Because they had because the Trolls, they had to reschedule that Trolls game.
So it's not in the. They have fewer games played.
It's sad. They only gave them like 50 points. I think they could have scored more. Like, they could have guessed the game. Like 50-0 probably could work.
No, more like I'm looking at a cool 85-0.
Antoine, continue, please.
Okay. Gothenburg versus Limham. We're all picking Gothenburg.
Yes.
And then we have the Trolls versus Västerås, and we're all picking Västerås.
I picked some.
See, it's all.
This is a boring pick week.
I can't help that the women's division it's so easy to pick because the top.
It's as easy as the Super Series.
Kind of, yeah. Well, not. Oh, shut up. Shut your mouth. No, it's not as easy as the Super Series. Anyways,
The Super Series is easier.
Jesus Christ. Division 1 men's. We have Limham versus Gothenburg. Limham.
Come.
It's like,
I mean, Gothenburg is a
no
defeated team. They lost their quarterback last game. I'm not sure if he's going to be back, but if he's not, then they're in even more trouble.
Only bright spot on your team just went out.
Yeah. How many bye weeks has Limham had? One.
They had a beer league tournament this weekend.
I'm not sure.
Oh, they had it was them that had the beer pong tournament, huh? That shit would look crazy. Hey, well, thanks for the invite, assholes. Dang. Can't get invited to nothing around here, man. AIK versus Karlstad.
Karlstad?
Yeah.
Ooh. It's Karlstad AIK, so Karlstad is at home.
Yep. And Karlstad beat AIK last year at home.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't even play. I got injured. And they still won. With a worse quarterback.
This might be the toughest pick to make so far. Like
Osaid is the only one who caught that. Yeah.
Trust me, he got to pick it too.
Yeah.
Like all the passes.
Okay, but who we got? I'm gonna let you guys pick first because I don't know.
I think I'm going. Listen, from the title from the last episode, I'm picking Karlstad. Those boys play hard at home. And do not take much to.
They do
beat a 5th seed team, I think.
This isn't
it's
just
pissed off.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Who am I kidding? I should have wrote mid. I should have wrote it's the mid versus Karlstad. So I'm picking Karlstad. And I swear, I swear, if you lose, I'm changing your name on our power rankings to mid.
We're gonna lose more faster.
I swear.
Pure.
I don't care.
Purely going off of a strategic, I'm gonna try to get back in it with the picks because I know I'm one game down on Antoine. I'm so 50-50 on this game, so I really don't know who to pick, but I'll go with AIK just to try to one up and get back into this week is where I either get back in it or lose the Division 1 men's
lose
picks.
Completely. Yep.
But yeah, I'm picking AIK.
Okay, so we got 2 for Karlstad and 1 lonely AIK. Jeez.
Lone Wolf. Ooh.
Hey, if they lose, I'm calling you mid too, Andre.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not counting on them winning. I'm 50-50 on this game.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a fun game to watch, honestly. But good luck to Karlstad, and you better not let me down, or else I'm switching your name to mid. One of y'all is gonna be renamed mid, so whichever one.
Let's call this the mid game.
All right, Super Series. The mid. Nah, you can't call it the mid game because Karlstad is actually they're not mid. They're pretty decent this year.
Next game.
Super Series
pick, for us. Just don't be biased.
Yes, Stockholm and then Carlstad.
Who's Carlstad?
We're playing TSO.
Osaid, you need to calm down. Okay, one game at a time.
OW versus Stockholm. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Carlstad versus TSO. I'm picking Carlstad, obviously.
I think Toyosa are going to be able to minimize the number of mistakes they made against Stockholm. I know
they whipped Carlstad last time.
A team on the right. Yeah, I know, but Carlstad has been a team on the rise. Carlstad played Stockholm close. They won revenge here, but I think if Toyosa they can just limit the big mistakes that they had in their last game, I think they come out with a win. I'm picking Toyosa.
Okay. All right. And that is a wrap. Now let's go to shoot the.
No. We have to pick our draft our games.
Oh shit!
I got the
Dang,
last pick.
my bad. All right.
Did you?
Hey,
I don't
hey,
care
can,
what I
last
can,
watch.
time?
hey, can we just pick? Hey, can we pick divisions? So kind of do
Yeah,
it like we
that
did
was a
this
good
week. So we
plan.
each pick a game
I
in
can take the last
the
division.
divisions.
The last division.
I'm gonna make
Thank
you
you,
watch
sir.
the women's
I
division,
want it actually.
and you can't pick Carl,
You
and
might
you
burn.
can't pick Carlstad.
Okay, Antoine, should we just barter about this? Do you want to cover Super Series or Division 1 this week? What are you feeling?
Listen, I'm really feeling like it's like I said earlier. I'm really feeling like I want to watch the AIK versus Karlskoga game, but I know it's gonna be shit quality, so I don't want to watch that game.
Okay, we can actually do it so that you cover Super Series and I do Division
Yeah,
1.
but
Because
am I really gonna go back and watch Stockholm beat Örebro? Probably not either.
then
So
you
I
can
almost
you could talk in detail about your game then, because
Yeah, see,
no,
it's
that's not
not
fair.
fun talking about your own game. It's you give us the perspective of if you win, you just brag. If you lose, you just say, "Oh, give bullshit reasons." So it's
Yeah,
not that.
yeah, and I'm always very diplomatic about it, and it sounds like I'm
bummer.
being all presidential.
I was gonna try to get out of having to watch any Saturday games because we have a team event going on, and
Okay, that's fine.
Both the
No.
Division 1 games are on Sunday.
No, you're good. I'll watch the Örebro versus Stockholm game.
Okay, so Antoine picks Elbrus Stockholm, and I'll go ahead and pick Karlskoga versus AIK.
Okay, Andre, and then which one you got?
Yeah, I picked
you can
Carlstad.
pick the
Let's go
Karlstad team if you
females.
want to. They've been showing us mad love, and we have great conversations.
I get
with all
hyped
of them.
every time I see a female DM. It's like not for me. Like shit.
I hate you sometimes.
God, Osaid.
I hate you sometimes. Hey, and shout out to the whole women's division. I know it sounds like we're picking favorites because they're the best. But we love all of you guys, just not equally. We love Carlstad more, and we love the rest of you equally the same. But you guys all play well. And I know it sounds like we're being biased, but they're just too good.
But
They're too good.
those we particularly like the most are the ones that are reaching out to us and the ones who
Yeah.
are sharing stuff. Those are the people
Yeah.
we like the most.
And following us and saying that they are listening to us, and then saying, we have I forget who it was, but
and even better if you tell us that you've rated us 5 stars on Spotify, then you'll be in our best graces.
Hey, yeah. If you guys start rating us 5 stars, tell us so that we can start shouting you guys out in our stories on IG.
Those 5 stars not putting food on the
appreciate
table.
it. It does wonders for the podcast. And whoever rates us 1 star, AIK players, you hit us up too, and then we can roast you in our comment. We can roast you in the DMs. We can roast you on the show. We can roast you wherever you want to get roasted at. Okay. Onward to shoot the shit. All right, shoot the shit. So last week we were joking around. I don't know how much of joking around it is, but we were joking around saying that we're going to sell pictures of Andre's feet on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
were you?
Send us an album.
Yeah, that's when you went off screen. You went off screen to go get your baseball bat, and then I was like, all right, he's gone. So,
right.
so we're gonna sell a picture of Andre's feet on OnlyFans to get 60 bags real quick, and then the podcast will really be going through the roof. But I don't know if you guys have heard. Have you guys heard about the Hilton Hotel night manager in Nashville, Tennessee, who was arrested for breaking into one guest's room and sucking on his toes while he was asleep.
The fuck, man.
Yes. So I'll read you. I'll give you guys the quick rundown. So, the Nashville Police Department charged David Neal, 52, with aggravated burglary and assault in connection with the March 30th incident. Neal allegedly created a replica key and used it to enter the room of hotel guest Pete Brennan around 5 a.m. local time. Though Brennan had been asleep, he awoke to finding Neal sucking on his toes and immediately confronted the staff member with the police.
What's your reaction if you wake up and somebody's sucking on your toes?
What a fucking creep!
Yeah. So,
Jesus Christ!
yeah. But to answer aside, my immediate reaction, I'm gonna kick you so hard
I'm
with
gonna
my other
punch your
foot
face.
to your face that I might kill you on impact. And then, as I proceed to beat the life out of you, you better hope somebody hears you because I'm not gonna stop. Especially if we're just two
Somebody's
grown
gonna.
men alone in that room. Just think about that. You disrupted the most sacred time of
You,
my life when somebody's asleep. Imagine this man will
you got
never be able to sleep
molested.
normal again.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, yeah,
that's a total violation.
yeah. And then to make matters worse, so the hotel guest when he
So
went to go
like
report it.
break in and entering,
Yep,
sexual assault,
yep. It's
or
crazy,
at the very some sort of molestation. Like
A whole,
bro. It's
it's a whole
crazy.
page.
terrible.
Yes. So when the hotel guest when he went to go report it to the night security guard there, he wasn't taking the complaint seriously. So the hotel guest actually then called the police. So he went to go report it to the hotel security at first. And this is you got to think about it. This is the Hilton
Fancy it.
Hotel. This the Hilton Hotel that's big in America. That name Hilton. You should feel safe and secure in your rooms, and they should vet who they have hired as a night managers more carefully. But he's gonna get a big lawsuit because of the actions that the hotel staff had in handling the situation, especially the security guard for not taking it as seriously as it did, and then the night manager for being an
See,
absolute
I think he's gonna sleep
fucking
well
creep.
and have like silk sheets after that lawsuit. He gonna sleep well knowing his bank account
Yeah.
is heavy.
But I don't care where I'm sleeping. I would never be able to sleep comfortably again. Like think about it. Like I'm the type of person who like I like to sleep with like one leg out
Somebody's
of the
sucking on those
blankets to
toes.
get that cold warm. Yeah, get that cold warm sensation. And can you imagine that? Now you can
You know
never
where
do
you
that.
can
Now you
sleep
have to
safely?
sleep with.
On a boat.
Sleep in a friggin'
On a boat.
sleeping bag.
I could sleep very safely on a boat in the middle of the
Because I
ocean
think
with my
Somali
wife and
pirates
my
don't
children.
nothing with your
But you
toes. They
guys
just
are,
want the boat. So
yeah, true facts. But yeah, man, but this dude's gonna have to start sleeping with socks on,
boot on
everything. Jesus Christ,
construction boots.
socks, shoes,
Timberlands.
boots,
I got something for
steel
shoot the
toe
shit.
boots. Ugh.
I think last year me and
Go
Andre had
ahead.
the 40. This year I think we need to do a competition.
What you want this
Make
year,
it
man?
fair, not a 40. Because if you run backwards, it's a fair fight.
I told you I would race you
Because I'm not
backwards.
racing you this way. But we need to make a competition. Give everybody a chance.
I'll race you
Like do
backwards.
catching one, like fielding punts. Let's do like a whole circuit.
I'm in for fielding punts.
Yo, let's open this up. So if you guys have made it this far and you guys listen to this segment, if you guys have any suggestions, we might even put it as a question on IG as well. But hit us up with some suggestions. Actually, and hit us up with some topics that you guys would think we would have a great intake on. Like it could be anything for shoot the shit. It could be funny, random, whatever you got. Just give us some suggestions. Because yeah, we're trying to make this as fun and lighthearted as possible for shoot the shit.
Can do quarterback competition.
We do a lot of football talk. Yeah,
all of us played those positions.
You're just handing me you're just handing me the trophy at this point. Just say you want me to beat you.
Osaid.
Let's do a beer Olympics. Well, you're gonna drink this time, so let's do a beer. you're gonna get some alcohol-free beer, and you're gonna pretend to be drunk. you're gonna pretend to be drunk.
No, we could do some quarterback precision thing, fielding punts.
Yo, let's do a hot dog eating contest. Like the Nathan's hot dog. Let's do that shit.
God.
Let's do it.
Nope.
Give us an idea. You had zero ideas. Give us something.
Yeah, you can't just say no, man. You gotta give something. You can't just take away. You gotta give.
Hey, I've gotta process
things,
think them through.
This guy.
That's why he's lagging the OnlyFans.
You sound like you're working at a retirement home. Look, we're gonna get you out here.
Imagine what that manager would do with your toes.
Jesus
This is
Christ.
getting out of hand, Osaid.
This
I'm
is
free to
shit
say whatever
out
I
of
want.
hand.
He is. He is.
But yeah, some sort of competition between the hosts, perhaps during the summer, would be
Getting a W this
a
year
cool
too
thing to
Yeah.
do.
will make my.
I
Summer.
just thought of it. Yeah, but this segment should be retitled "How to Lose Sponsorship Deals." Why you shouldn't
why
sponsor
Contact
us
Sports is
101
dropping
because
us
we just bullshit.
after
Are they
that.
dropping us? You saw my
After
face.
that
I was
thing,
like,
I would not be
why?
surprised.
It was a mistake, bro. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Shout out to Contact Sports and Quick Slant.
Nah, I was about to say, look, I got the Goon Squad over here, right here, baby.
Under Armour. Andre's the only one
we all got different shit on.
representing our sponsor.
Well, that's because I don't have no sponsored merch. I don't got nothing. And then y'all was supposed to send me a shirt.
I was
Never
supposed to
got it.
drive
See how they treat me
over
man.
there, but the amount of cameras on the road is.
June 3rd, you're gonna be close enough. What time? Wait, what time is? Hold on. Speaking of that, hey, what time is you? What time do you guys play on June 3rd, Andre?
We play at 1500.
And then what time is the Scandinavian Cup Championship?
Hell do I know? I don't have that page up. Why would I have the Scandinavian Cup page up?
Bro, because it's on the Sweet 3 website, man. That's why.
I thought you were on there anyway. Let's see here. Scandinavian
Nah, man,
Cup
I had to go find his toe sucker to get his name accurate.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just being
It says date June 3rd. It says home Örebro / Carlstad, away Örebro / Carlstad, arena TBD. So there's like no.
But what time is your game?
About that game?
Jesus Christ! So they haven't figured out.
I just said
his
1500.
game.
He said 1500, man.
And we just said that there's no fucking information on it. They don't even know who's the home team.
He just went through that whole. Yeah,
I'm a bad wife. I'm a bad husband.
This is where we have to end this episode because Osaid's clearly not listening to anything we say here.
We just went on. Yeah, man.
Everyone, make sure you rate us 5 stars, and we'll hear from you next week. And as a bit of a teaser, Osaid might be releasing a bit of a special episode next. So,
thing I
so
ever
be
done
on the lookout. You guys might.
Fun.
Yeah.
Might be getting some extra content.
One step closer to that
of Europe this week.
But the feed to that point. You see how much we're doing for you guys? You see how much we love you? You getting extra content this week? You better go and rate us 5 stars. I ain't messing around.
They have one
run it. This is a robbery now.
Podcast.
I want 5 stars.
The amount of content they get every week.
Yeah, man. I want 5 stars. I want you to tell your grandmother to listen to this episode, your granddaddy, your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, your cat. Listen. Yeah.
And start it on every platform.
Yeah, and follow us on every platform. Rate us on every platform.
What does Joe Rogan do better
tell your
than
friends.
Nothing.
He has famous people.
Yeah,
he has more money. He has a studio, and he has better guests than
that's all he has on us. It's the money.
Famous people. And if you guys would stop messing around and give us your money, then we'll be on the same level. So get to it.
Said Antoine joined the show. We thought he was famous.
Yeah, I thought I was famous too. You guys, you know what you guys did?
We were famous.
Nothing. You guys were like, oh, cool.
It was a situation.
Situationship over here. We thought everybody's situation was better than it was. Look, we're all in the same goddamn non-boat right now. We're all in the same.
I don't need a boat, guys. I don't need a boat.
But I was about because you get it. I was about to say we're all in the same boat, but we ain't got no boat. We ain't in no boat. We're just sitting there.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. We had a lot of fun talking today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Rate us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Follow all of the socials.
Love you.